welcome back to Calling the Shots. I am Kiki.
And I'm Sarah.
I don't know why I didn't say hello twice. Usually I do. But I just didn't.
You know,
it's fine.
it's been a long
day. We still aren't going to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, guys. We're really bearing the lead a little.
But it's because my schedule sucks.
Yeah.
I've just gone 2 weeks in a row. One for a vacation, which I already told you about. You don't need to hear about for the millionth time. And then next for
work.
A week of work.
Yeah.
So, but
exciting though.
It's exciting. No, I'm really excited. I'll let you guys know
how that all goes.
Yeah,
the next episode's gonna be kind of a catch up.
Yeah, we might need to do just a catch up episode, honestly.
Yeah.
But we have a groundbreaking episode for you.
It's exciting.
It's really exciting because we talk about sports moments.
Yes.
All the time. But we don't talk about is movie sports moments.
Yeah.
And how unrealistic they are sometimes.
Borderline and sometimes straight up cringy.
Sometimes so cringy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta know who wrote this.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes it is clear that all of these writers don't know anything about sports.
That and also, the actors aren't athletes.
No.
As much as we want them to be, and as much as they try to portray them, ultimately, they're not professional athletes.
No, they're former theater kids.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Keep that in mind.
You know? So I'm so excited about that, which also brings me to tell you that I'm really into One Tree Hill.
Yes. I'm so happy you are. Because I knew you would be, and the fact when you told me that you hadn't watched it, we've talked about this before, I was literally floored because I knew this would be right up your alley, so I'm so glad you love it.
I know. And the one character I didn't want to like is the best character in the show so far.
Yeah.
It's like the first 2 episodes, you're like, who's this chick? And then you're like, she's the best.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is gonna come up today because we're talking about unrealistic sports moments, and I just watched
in
one
movies.
That was
in
movies, and this is a TV show
or TV shows,
but it fits.
Yeah,
unrealistic fictional sports moments.
Yeah,
yeah, guys, if you haven't watched One Tree Hill, you should. I'm currently on season 5.
Love that.
6. I don't know.
You know, you've been cruising. So proud of you.
It's been anytime I can, I watch it, and I feel like I've been cruising, but my friend and I are supposed to be watching it at the same time, and I'm a season behind her. I'm trying so hard, but I'm I just don't have a lot of time right now.
Yeah, you're working hard. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
Yes, but the drama of it's getting more and more soap opera-y.
Yes.
But it's just fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
And it is the reason it'll come up in today's episode is because the premise of it, is around a high school basketball team.
Yeah.
And these
we can
kids,
start here if you want.
I guess we could. Yeah. Do you have anything else you would like to share first? Or do we just go?
I think we just go right in.
Okay.
I'm doing great. Life's great.
Let me tell you. For us, these episodes are pre-recorded, so life's the same.
Yeah.
We'll let you know what it's like next week.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah.
I'm so scared to make it through next week's. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Anyways,
you're gonna do great.
It's gonna be great. Yeah. So the premise of the show is these 2 kids that are technically brothers, but not, and they end up both playing on a high school basketball team, and there's drama in and out of all of it.
Yeah,
right.
High school drama.
High school dramas are the best TV shows, you guys. Okay. We were just talking about Vampire Diaries last episode.
Yeah.
They're the best. Anyways, so something that happened that I was this would be something we talk about that's unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
The sentiment is special, okay? But one of the players has a tragic loss and is just going through it. And he goes to play his game and he's like, hey guys, I just can't play. I'm just not in the mental state. And totally understand. People are very supportive of that, right?
Yes.
But the whole team is we're a team. We're going to forfeit every game until you feel like playing. And they just forfeit a bunch of their games in a row.
Casually.
And I'm kind of I feel like if that were me, and maybe I'm wrong, I'd be like, no, you guys should
Still play.
Like,
also, I would feel pressure to like
get better
and be back so that you can stop forfeiting.
Yes, I'm like, that doesn't seem like it's necessary.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, I'd be like, I don't want your guys' lives to pause
Yeah.
for me. There's kids who are like hoping to get a chance at college from like playing well on this team.
Yeah.
Let's like
Their futures are kind of on the line.
Literally, like, you guys play?
Yeah.
That to me, I was just like, I get the sentiment.
But it's unrealistic.
But it's just unrealistic and just like not necessary in my mind.
Also, I don't remember specific details, but I do remember there was like a decent amount of moments in the games where you're like, how did that happen? Just like certain shots that were made, you know, the logistics of the game.
Always.
Totally not there. Which again is like,
come on.
They're theater kids, you know?
Exactly. They don't play basketball.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one recently where I was like, no, this is not it.
Yeah.
This isn't it. That one's kind of mild. I have some extreme ones.
Yeah, we have some extreme ones. One that, like, when you brought up this topic, this is the first one that came to my mind and was, like, kind of went viral.
It did.
On a few years
Social
back.
media.
Like, 2019, okay, guys? If you remember the movie called The Duff.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, hilarious movie.
Yeah.
Literally, it's an acronym for Designated Ugly Fat Friend. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're ugly or fat. They're just less attractive, quote unquote, than their friends.
Go watch the movie. It's
cute. Go watch it. It's great. But anyways, again, based in high school. Mm-hmm. The star QB, his name's Wesley Rush, and this whole like viral thing happened. People clipped a certain part where he's like warming up for practice, and he just is not like, he's throwing a football and it's just like not the mechanics, the way that he's throwing the ball is just not there.
It's like it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. I forgot how cringe it was until I like did the research and went back and saw it.
We have to post this on the story.
And it is so bad to the point where like the actor who played Rush, his name's Robbie Amell, he was called out on Twitter, and he responded to all the tweets saying, "This is my actual nightmare," with a crying, laughing face. There's a PA, which is a production assistant, standing 2 feet from me who is catching all of these balls so they don't hit thousands of dollars of camera equipment and lighting setup that's like behind him. I've been dreading these tweets since the first time I saw the movie. So like he knew it was coming, which is funny.
Yeah.
And like it's interesting to get the behind the scenes, that makes sense, but also like, could you set up him? Could he back up a little bit? I get you want him close, but there's a zoom on these expensive cameras. Can we just like have him step a little further back?
Literally, or like, just be like, can we just throw it past everyone?
Yeah. Or like something. There should have been so many options.
Guys,
but yeah.
It just looks bad. Even if you know nothing about football, you're like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah, you're like, wait, why is
like,
his arm like that?
Like
it looks unnatural.
It's like resurfaced too, and he's like, not this again.
Yeah. He's never gonna live it down, poor guy. But that was like the first thing that came to my head when we were talking ridiculous moments. It was like, yeah, that's not how you throw a football. How are you the starting QB of a high school team?
No, you wouldn't. You like, come on.
Poor guy. I get where he's coming from, but I feel like there should have been a lot of people missed here, and it could have been executed a lot better.
A lot.
Because he even proved, like, I think he came out with a video showing, like, him actually throwing a football, and he can actually throw a football, which is funny.
The fact that he felt he needed to prove
the pressure.
That much.
Yeah.
Well, that, like, makes me feel bad for him.
Poor guy.
That's actually sad.
Yeah.
That's actually so funny.
Cringe moment, for sure.
Wow, cringy. Okay, since I just talked about One Tree Hill, I'm gonna stick with Chad Michael Murray, okay?
Okay.
Because it just makes sense, right? This one I think actually kind of sparked the idea. Do you remember seeing a TikTok about this? Where
yeah, I think you sent it to me.
It was like Christian McCaffrey with his girlfriend Olivia Kupla watching it, but maybe it was different athletes, and I'll go check. It'll be on the story.
Yeah.
Regardless, this is how it started, right? So the premise of Cinderella story, it's a Cinderella story, okay? So Hilary Duff, her character Sam, is like, trying, like, living her own life, but gets the attention of Austin Ames.
I love seeing the nostalgia on your face.
Yeah, I love remembering this, and I need to go watch this movie. Austin Ames, the star quarterback, a.k.a. I almost just said Christian McCaffrey, a.k.a. Chad Michael Murray. And she, like, gets his attention on a masquerade ball. Anyways, they end up texting, but, like, she's not cool enough for him, basically. So it comes down to a moment where he has to decide, like, am I going to stick with the girl or am I going to, like, be a football player? Which is, like, my dad's dream and not mine. Like, I want to be a writer. Whatever it is, okay? Nothing's wrong with liking football. In the movies, it's always, like, bad.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyways, so it comes down to this pivotal scene, which, like, makes me scream of excitement every time, but we got to talk about how this is not realistic. Yeah. This is most important. Because, again, when an actual NFL athlete was watching this, he was like, would never happen. What is happening right now? This is not real, you guys. So he's at the homecoming game. He is the captain of the football team. He is the star quarterback. And in the middle of a game, he's like about to call a play. And he looks and he's like, you know what? I can't do this. Runs in the stands and like kisses her and calls it quits. Passes his dad. When his dad's like, you're giving up your dream. It's like one of those like, no, Dad, I'm giving up your dream. Runs into the stands. And that's the
so
way,
dramatic.
And it starts raining, and there's this whole thing about how, like, waiting for the rain, like, waiting for you's, like, anyways. You guys should watch it, because
you painted the picture perfectly.
Because right before this, she gives him this speech, like, waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing. So he's, like, all up in his feels. And then he goes out, and then he decides, I'm throwing this game to be with this chick, and then a kiss, and it starts raining. But guess what? You could have been with her 2 hours later.
You could have finished the game and, like, won the game, and then ran and kissed her. That would have been an amazing moment.
The thing is, she was, like, leaving. She's like, I can't watch. This is too hard. Whatever. Like, go chase after her after the game, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
also, don't be so dramatic, this girl. Like, come on, Hillary.
No,
come on,
like,
Sam, is that her name?
Sam, let's support him a little bit.
Yeah, like you're not there for just him.
No, and let's be real, like, yes, he owes you his time and affection, but not during his football game.
Yeah, like, come on.
Not while he is literally on the field. Like, he does not, no, he needs to be focused, and while he may have been there for you, he just let his entire team down. He's literally the captain.
Yeah, and the star quarterback. Again, what's up with the star quarterbacks?
It's always a star quarterback.
Yeah,
listen, it's not always a star quarterback. Okay? Sometimes, you know who the star is in life right now in the movie? Travis Kelce, and he's a tight end. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a star quarterback.
Yeah.
Anyways, this one is just so crazy and so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Finish the game.
Yeah.
Quit on your team. Don't quit on your team in the middle of a game. It's one thing to do it mid-season. It's
also,
another to do mid-game.
Would not happen.
It literally wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like,
so ridiculous.
It literally runs in the stands and people are like, oh, they're in love. Like, no. People would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I would be like, what are you doing?
I would hate him.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a little dramatic on my part, but
Oh, that was great.
That's another one I need to go rewatch.
Yeah.
Not all of them are that long.
Crazy how these are all like high school ones, which is so funny.
So true.
The next one, High School Musical 2. We had to bring up High School Musical. I feel like there's plenty in there.
So many scenes, him singing in the games, them dancing at practice.
Yeah.
But
him running through the halls in the middle of the night at a high school.
Yeah, what? How'd you get in there?
Scream or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that song slaps.
Yes. And the basketball's falling from the sky.
Yeah, like, come on, let's, the drama.
There's so many, but one that really sticks out to me is the I Don't Dance scene when they're, like, on the baseball field.
They're on the baseball field.
Singing about how they don't dance when they're literally all dancing.
Literally, what do you mean you don't dance? You're physically dancing right now. You're dancing more than you're playing baseball.
Yeah, and, like, that's the thing, because they're trying to do both, the dancing's cringy, the baseball performance is cringy, like the fundamentals are terrible, running the bases are terrible, the pitcher literally covering home plate and then getting laid out would like never happen.
No.
You know, like there's just so much going on here that's like, oh, I love it. But when you really look at like the details and really think about it, you're like, this is so ridiculous.
This is a theater performance. This is not sports at all.
100%. And it's just so funny that it's like, so like they're contradicting themselves.
That one just gets me because the entire time they're contradicting themselves. Yeah. The entire time. So, but I love the drama and how unrealistic that one is. Just as a series. High School Musical as a series. Like,
it's so true.
Also, like, even the premise of High School Musical, like, finishing, like, the very first movie is just about them, like, making the game and then making the callbacks. They're not even making, like, the actual theater performance. Yeah. Like, it's just to make the callbacks.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
So dramatic again.
This one is just, to me, I was looking this up and this came up and I'm like, who improved this movie? Air Bud.
Yeah. And it's so popular. There's a million versions of it.
So many versions of Air Bud. And, like, yes, I assume it's made for
different
children.
Sports.
But, like, yeah, and, like, it's basically like a dog steps in and plays. Yeah. Because he's so athletic as a dog. And to me, it just surprised me that movie even exists.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I know it's like, a classic, but, like, how did that pass the approval process?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's true.
I literally don't know.
You put that one down and I was like, yeah, this is facts. How are we realistically... We're being Debbie Downers on a lot of this, but like, come on, think about it. A dog playing a sport and like saving the day, the humans couldn't save the day.
It's just kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like, cute, but what?
But weird, yeah. This one I forgot about, and like honestly, I think I watched the Amazing Spider-Man series once. It wasn't my favorite, hot take. It wasn't my favorite out of these Spider-Man.
This is a hot take.
Trilogies that have happened, but I forgot about it. But Peter Parker is like in gym class. And, like, people are, like, painting posters on one side of the gym. And on the other side, like, the basketball team's practicing. And there's just, like, one player who's, like, kind of a bully. And, like, knocks over this girl's paint can. And Peter Parker steps in and, like, defends her. And, like, takes the ball. And he's like, oh, like, give it back. And he's like, try to get it from me. And the dude's, like, trying to get... And he has spidey senses. So, like, he's... just, like, making this guy look like a fool, right? And then he decides out of nowhere, instead of not to give the ball back to him, to, like, not dribble down the court, but full-on picks the ball up, and, again, this is basketball. That's travels his way down the court, jumps from, like, the three-point line, and, like, smashes a slam dunk that breaks the backboard. Just, like, so dramatic. I get he's supposed to have superpowers, but was that really necessary? Also, aren't you supposed to be a secret? How are people not going to know after that?
How is this going to be under wraps? No, what's funny about this is if you watch it, it just, like, looks so unrealistic.
Oh, yeah. And, like, so, again, the scripting is just so cringy. And I'm like, oh, my gosh.
It's a lot.
Really? Unnecessary.
It's a lot.
I'm like, did you need to be doing all that? I feel like he got your point when he couldn't get the ball away from you. You know?
Yeah. Also, how are people just not questioning that?
Exactly.
That's the real
Because, like, he straight up holds it out in his palm, and because, again, he has, like, the hands of a spider that, like, is super sticky, the guy puts both hands on the ball and tries to rip it out of his hands. It's just sitting in his palm, and he can't.
Yeah.
It's like... How are people not like, so what's wrong with you?
Here's the thing. He exposed himself in this moment.
Yeah, it really did. And it's just, I get it. It's supposed to be unrealistic because he's a superhero. He literally has superpowers of a spider. But, like, even in this world, you shouldn't be doing all that.
No, I fully agree. Wow. True. Have you ever seen the movie Warrior?
I have. Great movie.
I hadn't seen it until this weekend.
Really? Oh my gosh. No, it's such a
The
good
Shock.
movie.
Yes. So that was
It's like a boxing movie for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah, and that was exactly like my boyfriend and I can never like decide on a movie. It always ends up being a sports movie.
It's true.
And he's going through and he's like, "Oh, Warrior's so good." And I was like, "I've never seen it." He's like, "Can we literally watch it right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." I didn't finish it. I got tired, so then I watched it the next day because I needed to be fully invested in this movie.
Yes.
You guys, it is such a good movie. It's a boxing movie about like brothers and whatnot. But the premise is like they both need money. And so they enter into like this crazy tournament where it's like winner takes all $5 million. And it's just like round after round until it's like the final two. It's like a bracket basically.
Yeah.
It is so unrealistic.
I don't know a lot about fighting, but I know at least this is not how it works.
It does not, like, you cannot have intense fights like this day after day after.
Physically
I don't
impossible.
know, maybe it was only like 3 days, but that's still like not
how it works in real life.
Works at all. Like most of the time, big fights, you do like 2 to 3 big fights a year.
Yeah.
Because when you're fighting, you think about how these fighters look when they're done.
Yeah.
They look wrecked. They
Yes.
are not okay.
Their face, they like are unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Go look at before and after pictures of like fighters and you're like, I'm sorry, what?
It's actually like kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like I respect them, I do. But also like it's intense and they are putting their life on the line.
Yeah.
And so to me, I'm just like, they're going to be so, like, even if they weren't, like, literally physically injured, if nothing else, they're just so insanely sore. How would they be fighting?
Yeah. How are you standing?
Yeah. Anyways, that was one that I was like,
this was another one that I saw you put on there and I was like, that's a good point. Because it's such a great movie. You don't really think about it because it's like very inspirational and like moving.
Totally. It's really good. Like we said, you should
go
watch it.
But it is, when you think about it a little harder, you're like, huh?
And it's funny because in that sense, I'm like, did we need to have the fights day after day? Like, I feel like we could have spread the tournament out.
And you could have like, it's a movie, so you could have like just skipped chunks of time.
Totally. Exactly. Where I'm like, or like the plot could have thickened in between those fights versus like all happening at the beginning.
And like the training.
Yeah. So that was another one where I was like,
interesting.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
there's even one I did also see similar was like Rocky. Like he's just some rookie that like goes and takes on like Apollo, like this big world champ, and like beats him. And you're like, so that could probably happen, but as quickly as it happened.
Yeah, no. like this, no.
Yeah.
Like this, no, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
No, there were some other ones that were like almost like too obvious for me to even write down. I was just like, well, duh, yeah, like Space Jam is not realistic. Like, like, which maybe is what people would say about Air Bud too, but I'm like, how did this get made? I just want to know. Space Jam's like a cartoon. That's cute.
Yeah.
I also want to say there's so many dance ones where all of a sudden they just like know the choreography and stuff. Yeah. No,
that's not how it works.
This is just not how it works at all. Okay? Yeah. And that would be terrifying and it takes time and it's always effort. Like, or it's like nothing like, oh my gosh, we have to throw a routine together the night before or like something like that happens.
We don't have costumes. We don't have all of this stuff.
Yeah. We're like we'll make it work and then make it work. I'm like, you would not make it work.
Yeah, you would not make it work. Probably another one's like oh my gosh. What's the cheer movie?
Which
oh my gosh.
Oh, Bring It On?
Yes, Bring It On.
Yeah.
There's probably some out there that we missed, but
no, there's some unrealistic. Also, speaking of unrealistic, don't you love when the stunt double's so obvious?
Oh, yes. There's ones in High School Musical. Have you seen where it's like straight up not even the same? It's Vanessa Hudgens like falling into the pool and it's straight up not even the same person.
No.
Not even close.
Doesn't even look like her.
I'm pretty sure it's like a male or something.
Straight up. I'm like, I don't know if this is the same gender or ethnicity or anything. Yeah. They just put a wig on whoever was standing around. Like, and also, she couldn't dive into the pool?
Yeah, she couldn't jump into it. Yeah.
I feel like she would be down to do that. Maybe they didn't let her. But there's just, these moments are so funny where when you watch and you're just like, Literally, that would not happen. Did you ever watch Make It or Break It?
No.
It's like a gymnastics drama, and it was always so obvious when they cut to the stunt doubles.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
We get it.
We get it. We get it.
But again, it also makes sense because, like we said, these aren't athletes; these are actors.
Yeah, but I will say, like, okay, you've seen Stick It though?
Yeah, of course.
So good.
Of course.
Stick It is so fun. Also, kind of unrealistic in a lot of ways. But you know what? At the end of the day, when it's a good movie, it's a good movie, and that's what matters. It's just funny to laugh
point out.
at.
Yeah,
to point
it's funny
out
to
and
look
laugh
at these. We love all of these movies and TV shows.
Straight up.
But it does make us giggle to, like, really think about it. And, like, now that we pointed these out, I'm sorry you probably aren't going to be able to watch these movies the same.
No, but I'm also excited because I feel like now I'm going to have a running list. Like, in a year, I'll be able to do this again.
Yeah.
With a whole other set of movies.
It's true. It's true.
It's just, that being said, again, like, I do love the, like, sports drama movies.
They're so fun.
And I get it, they have to be unrealistic to keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
And
we're here for it. Yeah, we're here for it.
But you have to laugh about it sometimes. Yeah. We can't act like it's normal.
Yeah.
It's
very
not.
true. It's very true.
I think that's all we have. Do you have any other ones or anything?
No. This was
fun,
fun,
so fun. And now I feel like I need to go watch all these movies.
Yep. Yeah. Once you said Warrior, I was like, man, I haven't seen it in a minute. So
it's on Netflix.
Yes.
That's where I watched it the other day.
Good to know.
So I got you. We can't wait to catch up with you guys next week. We're going to have a lot for you. It's going to be very fun.
Yes.
And exciting.
Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you.
Your trip, your work trip, and all of it.
Thank you.
It's going to be great. Praying for you too, though.
It's going to be fun. It'll be fun. I'll let you know how it goes. But that's all we have this time on Calling
the Shots.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.